Okay, I'm going to do my best to keep this video short and sweet. And here I'm going to talk a little bit about the capitalism versus socialism. Now, first of all, a lot of millennials don't seem to understand what capitalism really is. They think it's just getting free stuff, which nothing is free. Someone has to pay for it. And all these things, the Medicare for all and everything, there's not enough money in the entire United States or even the world to pay for all that. You could tax every rich person, 99.9999999%, and it's not going to work. Capitalism gives us choices, which is why I'm using this. Now, obviously these are made up cars, but they're based off real cars. Now, I'm using this for a reason. Now, Vapid is the Ford knockoff. Some people like American cars, and you still have choices there. This is what capitalism is all about. You can get a Ford, you can get a Chevrolet, you can get General Motors, which Pontiac no longer exists, but General Motors still exists. There's all different kinds of cars, models, brands, so forth to choose from. Like if you like muscle cars, you can choose a Mustang, a Corvette, a Viper. Without capitalism, we don't have all these choices. And on top of that, of course, you can choose extras with your cars, and you can choose the color of your car, and so on. And for some reason, though, y'all want to take those choices away and just have us all have the same car like they did in Nazi Germany. They pretty much all drove this, I can't remember the name of the car, just a little bit bigger than a Fiat. And after a while they were all driving the little Volkswagen Beetle, especially in Austria, according to Kitty Worthman, a survivor of WW2. And now Bernie Sanders wants to unionize the video game industry. Well, again, if you like video games like I do, you have all different companies to choose from. This gives you so many variety of games. Some people like games like this. Some people like puzzle games. Some people like racing games. Some people like sports games where they simulate real sports like baseball or football. And all these different companies, they give you these choices. This is Rockstar Games, there's Electronic Arts, and yeah, there's some that aren't so popular like Bethesda. But it's no different than different types of music. Some people like country, some people like rock, some people like rap. And that's what capitalism's all about, is giving us these choices. The problem is, you don't want to work to earn that money. We call it the free market for a reason. Not long ago, I don't know if some of you know this, there's a new website for people who, it's like Match.com, but it's for Donald Trump supporters to find each other. And of course we have all kinds of dating sites. There's even one for specific groups of people. There's like Christian Mingle, so if you're a Christian, you can find another Christian to date. There's actually disabled singles, where disabled people can find each other, because so many people will not date the disabled. And just real quick, I will say, I do not agree with Riley Dennis that it's because of discrimination. I believe it's because of fear. But I'm going to make a video on that some other time. But anyhow, there's farmers only. There's just dating websites for pretty much everyone except the Amish, because obviously they don't use that. And not long ago, someone was complaining to me, said, well, there's not one for atheists, which I keep thinking there has to be. I know anyone out there who's an atheist, comment below and tell me if you found one. Well, I told him, if there's not one, make one. This is why it's the free market. Instead of whining and crying, but there's not a site for atheists. Make one. Whoever designed Christian Mingle, it may not have even been a Christian. Who knows? I don't really know. I don't know who made it. But obviously someone saw, hey, Christians want to date other Christians. So I'll create Christian mingle, and Christians can find each other. Someone put their mind out, whether or not it's a Christian, again, I don't know. And now there's this Christian mingle where Christians can find each other. So I find it hard to believe there's not one for atheists. I mean, I'm positive there's one, but again, comment below. Tell me whether or not you found one. I'm not going to look because I don't really care, because I'm not an atheist. Again, I have nothing against atheists. You are welcome to your belief. But, you know, this is part of the problem with some people. They want to do certain things. They want to invent something, or, you know, to start their own company and so forth, but they don't want to work to do it. My mother used to work for the Small Business Administration. For those of you who don't know what that is, it means they make loans to small businesses, either to start a small business or to improve a small business and so on. And then after natural disasters, they make loans to help repair small businesses if they don't get enough out of the insurance money. But she had a case once, I can't give any names. This man helped his daughter, who's 2 teen daughters, so late teens, like 18, 19, I think. They wanted to start like one of these, I think it's called a gift, some kind of gift shop thing. You know, where they do like flowers and candy and stuff, and but that you can get some for somebody's anniversary, birthday, etc., etc. And they wanted this because they thought they could set their own hours. But if you're going to run a shop, like if I want to run a video game store, I have to have regular business hours. That way people would know when they can come to my store and buy a game or a system. I can't just have it open just when I just feel like it, because it's unreliable. But they thought they could do this, and the business ended up going belly up, because they didn't want to put in the work. They thought it'd be fun to make these cute arrangements, which that part may have been fun for them. But they realized there's a lot of work that went to it. You have to keep the books, you got to pay the taxes, and so on. And yes, taxation is theft. But nonetheless, right now, we have to do it, so maybe I'll make a video about that later. But when they realized how much work it took, they had the store open less and less, and finally they lost money. No one knew when to come and purchase from them. It shut down. End of story. And that's the problem. You know, people, you want the rewards, but you don't want to work. This is why I had such a problem. Even if I liked Obama, I would have had this problem that he got the Nobel Prize for what he might accomplish. Well, look, I've never been in a Hollywood movie, so why should I get a Golden Globe Award? I'm not an actor. I mean, if I tried, I might make it, I might not, I don't know. Who knows? But I have to put in the work. I would have to go to Hollywood and audition and all that stuff, because I'm not going to get a movie producer coming up to my door and saying, hey, I want you in my movie. That ain't going to happen. You know, if you want to own a business, you got to put in the work. You know, but you just think you just open up your doors and people come in and buy stuff. You got to put money in for advertisements. All these TV commercials, they cost money. Even the product placement in movies and stuff, they do it because someone sponsors that movie, and in turn you might buy their product. So this is why capitalism is so great. It's like right now I'm drinking a Coca-Cola. Some people like Pepsi, some people like Dr. Pepper. Some people buy generic store brand. We have all these choices because of capitalism. Without capitalism, we all got the same damn thing. And people who are screaming for socialism, they're just lazy. They don't want to put in the work. And this is how some companies go belly up, is because someone opens up this company and then they just don't want to do what they need to do. And then they go and cry for free stuff. And look, we all want to help the poor. I know one woman in her video said, I don't understand why you call yourself a Christian, but you don't vote for socialist policies that'll help the poor. Well, because, first of all, the Bible says, if a man does not work, neither should he eat. Now, Vietnam, we do accept and we do know that there are people who literally can't work, who have severe disabilities. And so we got no problem helping them. Problem is, some people leech off the welfare system who can work, they're perfectly capable, they're just too damn lazy. And so, anyways, as I was saying, this is why we don't vote for it, because we don't believe in that. We believe in helping people help themselves. We've all heard the old saying, you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. And that's true. I mean, think about it literally. If you give me a plate of fried fish, maybe some fries with it, I'm going to eat for one day. But if you give me a fishing pole, some bait, and you teach me how to fish, I can feed myself every single day. I won't have to have you hand me food every day. So, even if you give me that food, someone paid for it. Either you did or someone else did. Because nothing in life is free. There's no such thing as a free lunch. And this free college stuff, I mean, go for a scholarship. Athletic scholarship, academic scholarship. And the reason people can give you these scholarships is because of capitalism. You know, some companies like, I think McDonald's has where they will send their employees, their young employees to college. Well, McDonald's would be able to do that without capitalism. Without capitalism, no one's going to eat at their restaurant because they won't have choices. You know, I choose, for example, mainly Wendy's because Wendy's supports adoption. And plus, their food is just damn good. But, that's my choice. You may not like Wendy's. You may go to McDonald's instead. Go to Burger King and their stupid pink fries or chick fries that they... Oh, good Lord, are you kidding me? But the fact is, capitalism is what gives us pretty much everything we've got. Clothes, toys, video games, whatever it is you like. Bicycles, motorcycles, cars, everything. The government does not invent anything. The government does not produce anything. They just take money from people who do these things. And for you people to be blaming the rich, look, to some extent, a lot of you are right. Yes, some rich people are very greedy, self-centered. Absolutely, I won't deny that. But I do believe some of them are good people. You know, everyone's different. But even those that refuse to give to charity and stuff, it's still their money. They can do what they want with it. And this is really out of jealousy. They have millions of dollars and I'm broke. Why don't they give me their money? I mean, that's just life. No one gives you things. You may get some gifts at Christmas and birthdays, but those are special occasions. But you want things, you gotta work for it. This game system in this game, I bought them by saving up my money. I put a little bit of money each couple of weeks out of my paycheck until I finally was able to get this. Okay, I didn't rely on people to get it for me. And yes, I get gifts at Christmas and birthdays, but I don't ask for it. Just a card is enough. I love funny cards. Something else brought to you by capitalism. You can get Hallmark, you can get Shoebox. You know, I love getting funny cards. In fact, a friend of mine gave me a funny card that kind of made a little loose fun of my hearing problem, but I thought it was funny. See, I can laugh at my own disability. I don't care. And stop calling me hearing impaired. I'm half deaf. Get over it. Which again, capitalism gave me the hearing aids. So, instead of blaming capitalism, look in the mirror. If you're not going to put in the work for whatever it is you want, it is your fault. It's not the fault of Bill Gates or Donald Trump or any of these big billionaires. And the funny thing is, y'all don't seem to have a problem with super rich celebrities. Y'all still worship them. I mean, just fall to the ground at Johnny Depp's feet while he's a pretty rich guy, but no one's crying, Johnny Depp's too rich. And no, I don't like Johnny Depp myself, but it's not because he's rich. It's because I think he's a freaking asshole. But that's not the point. So long story short, if you think capitalism's going to fix everything, you're dumb as a brick. In fact, you're probably dumber than a brick. So, hang on to your dreams, because, trust me, people like me, we're going to do everything we can do to keep this country from going socialist. And no, I'm not going to talk about Venezuela. In fact, you don't even have to go to Venezuela to see socialism in action. Go to a Native American reservation. They're still under the government thumb. They don't have access to the free market like we do. Maybe you can take a lesson from some of these natives.